I'm going to show you how to get full marks every single time on this question. If you just listen to what I say and you copy it out, I promise you are never ever going to drop a mark ever again on questions like this. The way we're going to do it is to use your calculator hack. So again, I want you guys to pick up your calculators and do this along with me. Do you guys know what mode I'm going to use to do this? Table mode. What your calculator does in table mode is you give it some input values, which is going to be the x values from -2 to 4, okay, which is going to be like these numbers. And your calculator is going to tell you where the graph is for each of those values. And it's just going to literally give you all the coordinates. And this is so much safer than doing the other method, which is called y equals mx plus c, where you say, well, this is the gradient, this is the y-intercept. The reason is they are going to screw you on the scales. Do you see that the gap between the numbers is 2 on the x-axis, but the gap between the numbers is 1 on the y-axis? And this makes drawing graphs really difficult, and like everybody makes mistakes here. But if you use the calculator hack, I actually think it helps you to understand what is going on here. The whole point of a graph is that for various like x values, this equation tells you what the y value is for each x value. And that's what your calculator is doing. It's telling you all the different y values, which are the outputs for all of the different x values, which are the inputs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into table mode. So we're going to go menu. We're going to go down to get to table. And you're always just going to punch in this thing here. This only works if it's y equals. Almost always it is y equals. But if it wasn't y equals, you would need to rearrange this equation so that the y was by itself. So now we're just going to put 2x minus 3. G of x you always just leave blank. That's only if you had a second function, which you basically never do. So now table range, start and end. This is the x value. So you're giving it -2 to 4. So you want to start at -2, you want to end at 4. And the step is always 1. So we hit equals. And now it just gives us the coordinates. So -2, -7. So I go and find -2 on the x-axis, -7 on the y, and I put a little x. Now, -1, -5. So that's going to be there. And this should form a straight line. So the whole point of y equals mx plus c, I just hate the way they phrase that at school, okay? But y equals mx plus c means if you have an equation of a graph that looks like y equals something x plus something, this will always be a straight line. And so what you want here will be a straight line, okay? But you don't need to draw all the points, but you might as well. 0 -3, especially if you're someone that finds drawing graphs difficult. This is just guaranteed marks in the exam. 1 -1. Just be careful to do the x value first. So 2 on the x is 1 on the y. So 2, 1. We do it again. 3, 3. And last one, 4, 5. 4, 5. Okay, so it's up there. So look at that, full marks. Now you get full marks on this question, and so many people are dropping marks in the exam room, but not you guys.